Irene Yuan Sun, The Next Factory of the World, How Chinese Investment is Reshaping Africa. In The Next Factory of the World, How Chinese Investment is Reshaping Africa, Irene Yuan Sun takes an in-depth look at the transformational impact of Chinese manufacturing ventures in Africa. Sun argues that manufacturing has the potential to pull Africa out of poverty while offering unique growth opportunities for Chinese investors. The book offers insights into the experiences of Chinese factory owners in Africa and their potential to create jobs and uplift communities with examples such as Nigeria, Lesotho, and Ethiopia. With a focus on the significance of manufacturing jobs in creating demand for local services and the role of Chinese investments, this summary provides readers with a comprehensive understanding of the opportunities and challenges facing Africa as it vies to become the next factory of the world.
African manufacturing is key. Irene Yuan Sun's The Next Factory of the World argues that Africa's economic future lies in manufacturing, not aid. McKinsey & Company's research report shows over 1,500 Chinese companies have invested in African factories, building the infrastructure Africa needs. Western development programs are not the answer. Factory jobs are essential to raise the people of sub-Saharan Africa out of poverty. Manufacturing creates a demand for other jobs, enabling local services like construction and medical care. Building factories can help 100 million people earn a paycheck and lift 500 million out of poverty. Africa, the next factory. China's rapid industrial growth has resulted in an increased focus on Africa as the next potential global manufacturing hub. With cheap labor and undeveloped infrastructure, Africa presents a significant opportunity. However, the continent's history of violence, corruption, and poverty must be considered. Taiwanese firm Nianxing Textile's investment in a capital-intensive denim mill in Lesotho exemplifies the potential for success in African manufacturing. Chinese investors can drive growth on the continent, where they currently face minimal competition as the US and Europe have already shifted their manufacturing to China, leaving it as the dominant power in global manufacturing. The future of labor costs. In developed countries, factories are automated while Africa remains dependent on cheaper labor. If robots take over, labor costs will not decrease, making factory relocation unnecessary. However, intricate work like Mrs. Shen's apparel stitching is robot-proof since reprogramming robots for new cuts and styles would be more expensive than instructing human workers. Currency fluctuations in African manufacturing. Currency fluctuations in developing countries pose a significant threat to the manufacturing industry. In Lesotho, factories hire first-time formal employees and pay them in local currency. However, customers often pay in foreign currency, leaving manufacturers vulnerable to exchange rate fluctuations. A depreciating currency boosts profits, but appreciation hurts the bottom line, as seen when 14,000 workers lost their jobs due to Lesotho's currency soaring in 2005. Relying on exchange rates for economic development is unsustainable, and the manufacturing industry requires a more stable strategy. The rise and fall of Nigeria's textile industry. Nigeria's once thriving textile industry, which provided millions of jobs and was the second largest employer in the country, disappeared by 2010. This disappearance had a significant impact on the economy, as quiet factory towns became dominated by poverty. The closure of factories is problematic because the prosperity that they bring often disappears when they leave. Other countries such as Ghana and Tanzania have suffered a similar fate, with once thriving manufacturing industries experiencing sharp declines that have proved irreversible. The Lee Group's success in Nigeria. The Lee family's factory in Nigeria produces 1.2 million pairs of sandals daily, valued for their low prices by Nigerian consumers. The factory eschews stylish design in favor of affordable footwear that eliminates competitors. Despite turning down an offer to supply Walmart with flip-flops, the Lee Group has a robust market of wholesalers waiting outside its factory gates. The grim reality of industrialization. The merging of China and Africa has led to widespread corruption and workplace fatalities due to the lack of regulations. The American history of excessive industrialization and negligence towards human safety serves as a warning to the African continent. Sun's insights on Africa's manufacturing sectors. Sun's analysis of Africa's manufacturing sectors is a collection of short but insightful human assessments and quotable statistics. While her financial analysis is sound, her emotional connection to the daily life of Chinese investors in Africa is not well established. Nevertheless, Sun's optimism about Africa's future is well founded, as she explores both the upsides and downsides of doing business in the region. Despite changes brought about by the COVID pandemic, investors and entrepreneurs seeking a primer on Africa's manufacturing sectors will gain real insight from Sun's analysis.
To conclude, Irene Yuan Sun's The Next Factory of the World presents a compelling case for the potential of manufacturing to alleviate African poverty by creating job opportunities and fueling economic growth. By spotlighting the role of Chinese investments and businesses, such as Mrs. Shen's family factory in Lesotho, the book demonstrates the intertwining of these two regions and the unique growth prospects they offer to each other. While acknowledging the challenges and risks in terms of labor forces, exchange rates, and the region's history, Sun maintains an optimistic outlook on Africa's manufacturing future and encourages investors to seize available opportunities. Through relatable stories and in-depth analysis, this book's summary equips readers with crucial insights into a region that could, if successful, transform itself into the next global manufacturing powerhouse.